Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Valoria goes left. Valoria flips it up and in!
Orland Lamar, but Lamar gets the step and the finish.
Hail Mary. June Manzo will fire. Oh my goodness! June Manzo all the way from Serrano, Bebuelo, Serrano with the basket. Fuentes, no hesitation, gets the goal. No! Obisto, yeah! Jason Obisto with the putback!
This place has stood the test of time for the past 32 years, the Pasay Astrodome, and the Voyagers once again for the third game will try to defend home court against King Destacamento and the rest of the Sarangani Gripper, who are looking to bounce out of their early season funk. They will go up against Cyrus Tabi, who has had a solid output so far para dito sa Pasay Voyagers. Our main game, Sarangani kontra Pasay dito sa Marlica Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Magandang hapon mga kaliga, Ken Pangilinan with Javi Palanya, and at courtside we have Miss Lyra Punsalan. Javi, Pasay, the giant killer so far, defeating Abra, and then last time out defeating Quezon.
Yeah, they made these teams look lowly in front of them. They really exhibited good team effort in going against these aforementioned squads, and they hope that their great team play will continue on here. Siyempre, led by their 1-2 punch in Lawrence Victoria and Warren Bonifacio. But of course, you also did mention Cyrus Tabi. He has also been one of the reasons why Pasay has been off to a good start this year.
Of course, you could watch us live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. And Sarangani Gripper, so far, they haven't had a grip in terms of that elusive win that they're searching for, Javi. And none different against Imus. They went down by as many as 20 points here, but they were able to chip away at the lead, pero kinapos ulit sila dito in the fourth quarter.
Oh, defense continues to be the problem para sa kanila, but obviously they have less problems to solve if they're able to go out on good starts sa kanilang mga laro. They started out flat in this game. As you mentioned, they were down by as much as 20 points, pero nahabol nila yon, and they came back in the end, just losing steam. You see the numbers here, even shooting slightly better than the Imus Brotherhood. But the three-point field goal shooting made a big difference para sa kanila because they're known for getting their outside shots, a team that's been known to run and hit shots from beyond the arc. But in this game, they weren't able to do it. 4 out of 24. They also got beat on the glass, which generated a lot of possessions, a lot more possessions for the Imus Brotherhood sa laro na yon, and that's why they fell short in that game, moving Sarangani into another loss sa kanilang losing streak.
Sa panig naman dito ng Pasay Voyagers, you know, it's been up and down in terms of they lost to Caloocan, but here against Quezon, just seemingly rising to the occasion, especially when things got rough, Javi. They were able to pull out all the stops here, and Lawrence Victoria was sensational once again for Pasay.
Correct. Cyrus Tabi was brilliant all game long, but it was Lawrence Victoria who was at the forefront of the attack for Pasay in that second half. He steadied the ship each time Quezon was threatening to get back the driver's seat until the very last moment. Naasahan nila si Lawrence Victoria, and Pasay just really pulled out that hard-earned win against the reigning Southern Division champions.
Alright, Sarangani kontra Pasay dito sa Pasay Astrodome. Let's turn you over to Richard Stampos for the starters.
Here at the Cuneta Astrodome, the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. We now introduce the starting lineups for both squads. Let's start with the Sarangani Gripper. Point guard number 5, J. Mark Malyari. Also at guard number 12, Martin Gozum. Playing center number 16, RB Bringas. At forward number 52, Lars Sunga. The other forward number 34, King Destacamento. The head coach is Master J.K. John Calios, assisted by Joshua Inocentes, Jock Labrador, John Covarrubias, Jeff Cleopas, and Lawrence Lopez. Team manager, architect Andrew Bellarmino. And now for your Pasay Voyagers! At guard number 1, El Trilla, Lawrence Victoria. Coming in at center number 4, Warren Bonifacio. Power forward number 9, AJ Coronel. Point guard number 12, JR Chavez. And at forward number 13, Dr. Fly, Don Reverente. The head coach is Marlon Martin. His assistants are Big Escudero, Hubert de los Santos, Adrian Bocal, Don Moderno, Willie Generalao, and Bri Looro, coaching consultant Cholo Martin. The team owners, Raul Bacalzo, Miggy Ligot, Lavin Castro, JD Castro, and Leon Calixto Rubiano. Happy birthday!
All right, let's check out our starting 5, brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Sarangani at the guard spots, J. Mark Malyari, Martin Gozum. At center, RB Bringas. And at the forward spots, King Destacamento and Lars Sunga. Sa panig ng Pasay, Felipe Chavez getting the start alongside Lawrence Victoria, Warren Bonifacio, Don Reverente, and AJ Coronel round out the front court for the Pasay Voyagers. Pasay perfect at home so far. Won against Ilagan and against Manila Batang Quiapo. They want to go 3-0 on their homestand as they get the first possession here of the first quarter.
They're almost invincible here at the Pasay Astrodome, itong Voyagers. Last year, ang hirap nila talaga talunin dito. And you can expect the crowd here to really rally behind their Voyagers. But they miss on the first possession. You know, this is a big venue. At kahit naman hindi ito sobrang napupulo, nararamdaman pa rin yung energy ng mga tao dito.
Oh yeah. Especially when they fill out yung lower section natin, no?
Yan, yan napupuno yan. If it's really a good game, especially in the playoffs. And I'm sure they're looking forward to the time na mapuno nila yung buong venue up to the rafters. And I'm sure that's gonna happen if they get into the national championship.
Lawrence Victoria drills in a 3 to open up the scoring for the Voyagers.
And it's not gonna be impossible when you have a guy like Lawrence Victoria at the helm of your squad, knocking down shots like that. If you're Coach Marlon Martin, you love the development you're seeing from this guy, from an exceptional talent to now a player who's turning into a leader as well for this team.
Martin Gozum, too strong on that shot. Felipe Chavez played for Abra prior season. Don Reverente. Apart from Chavez, these 4 are the core of the Pasay Voyagers. Victoria, Coronel, Bonifacio, and Reverente.
Yeah, they have exemplified the continuity that Pasay wants para sa kanilang koponan. They don't want to make super drastic changes. They want to build with the parts that they've started with. And these guys have really stuck out. And you see over the years how they've been able to blossom into their own. And of course, as a team.
Reverente gets it to Bonifacio. Takes that free off the mark. Has not shot it well from the outside this season, Warren Bonifacio.
But even then, you still want to be able to put your hand up and try to challenge that shot each and every time, because you never know when he can catch a rhythm. He's going to be extra deadly if he starts knocking down that outside shot consistently this season. We know that he has that touch from the outside. Talking about Warren Bonifacio.
Turnover against Pasay. Sarangani yet to score here. Junji Halyari, just a little over 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter, comes in off the bench. Pinaltan niya muna si Martin Gozum. Lars Sunga, the leading scorer for Sarangani. Gets it to King Destacamento. Malyari on the left side at the post. Now facing up, now backing down Bonifacio is RV Bringas, who turns around but does not connect on the jumper.
That shot was a lot more deadlier in college, more so in high school when he was with San Sebastian. That team was really a strong squad headed by Coach Raymond Valenzuela that won multiple championships in the NCAA Juniors Division.
Shot on its way, good from AJ Coronel.
He has certainly improved his outside shooting over the years. Ito si AJ Coronel. Not really a very consistent outside shooter before, but now you could see the increase in percentage that has also brought about more confidence in him going for more shots from that area of the floor.
Sunga does not convert from the outside. The cut by Lars off that feed from RV Bringas, wala pa din. Reverente onto the front court. Dumps it to AJ Coronel, one-hander. And 5 early points for AJ.
That's nice passing from two front court members galing dito sa Pasay Voyagers. Reverente not forcing anything. He slowed down a bit after trying to push that basketball. Found AJ Coronel for that pass.
Versus of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Doing it from outside, inside, AJ Coronel gives Pasay an 8-0 start.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100%'ong Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MV! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Welcome back to Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, the defeater of the undefeated. The Pasay Voyagers are on the roll again today, and now nakikilala na sila as the Giant Slayers after that historical upset of breaking the South Division champions Quezon Huskers' winning streak again and now adding them to the list of defeated powerhouse teams. Despite their big wins, it's still a long journey daw para kay Coach Marlon, and there shouldn't be room for complacency dahil hindi importante ang kung ano sila ngayon at mas importante ang kung ano sila pagkatapos ng larong ito. With newly activated player Marasigan, excited daw siya for the team's performance tonight. Ken and Javi?
Maraming salamat, Tara Punsalan, our courtside reporter. And, for Pasay, it's early in the season. Those are morale-boosting victories. But ultimately, you will be judged if you could go deep in the playoffs. As we see here, Warren Bonifacio score 10-0 para dito sa Pasay.
And that's why for Coach Marlon, he sets his eyes on the next game ahead. He doesn't dwell on what has already been done. Their past wins, certainly it's been a very good experience para sa kanila, and it's good that early in the season nakakapamahunan sila ng mga panalo.
Our play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
But just like any other team that's really looking at going deep, they're always looking at the bigger picture. Itong Pasay Voyagers. And I think for Coach Marlon, he sees this year as the year for them to improve what they have achieved in the past years.
Finally, after more than 3 minutes, or actually more than 4 minutes, Sarangani now on the board after that tip in by RV Bringas.
Obviously, Ken, as the foul is committed there by RV Bringas on Warren Bonifacio. For Sarangani, after that first game, where they lost Kit Jimenez, it has been a struggle to put points on the board, especially in crucial moments na talagang kailangan nila pumuntos. There are capable scorers on this squad, but it's just different when you have a guy like Kit Jimenez, so dynamic, so creative, and so smart with that ball in his hands. He has proven that time and time again here in this league as he made that comeback. Na-injure pa siya. And it was a sad sight to see coming from a guy like Kit Jimenez who has worked so hard to be where he is at right now sa kanyang karera.
Sa ramdam mo rin na he was really excited to be back in the MPBL and particularly reuniting with Coach John Calios with Sarangani. But hoping for the best for Kit Jimenez. Felipe Chavez skips it to Warren Bonifacio. Fadeaway jumper all net.
That's why it's so hard to cover a guy like Warren Bonifacio. Hindi man siya hihingi ng bola sa poste. Even against the zone, you can use him as that guy to flash in the middle and knock down shots in between the three-point line and the shaded area, but can also step out to make that three.
Coronel gets it to Victoria. Ball reversal to Chavez. Skip pass off that flare screen by Reverente. Freeing up Lawrence Victoria for another triple.
That's a play that they've been running a lot of times already here in the first quarter. That set has produced a number of opportunities for guys like Lawrence Victoria. But on the flip side, Lars Sunga getting that basket and one. This might get him going. It's important for Sarangani to have their leading scorer help them, especially now that they find themselves down again in what has been another flat start for the Gripper.
Brent Diputado and Cyrus Tabi come in for their respective squads. Lars Sunga, 12.7 points, 7.2 rebounds per contest in his second consecutive season with Sarangani. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Itis nga lang yung bonus. Sarangani find themselves trailing by 13, 17-4. 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Victoria against Junji Alyare. Bonifacio backing down. Koy Alves pivots his way inside. Alves trying to control the rebound.
Ooh, I think that was off Koy Alves. Parang natama ng bola yung katawan eh. And Coach Marlon will oblige with that challenge request. Galing kay Don Reverente.
Yeah, he was pretty adamant that it went off Koy Alves last. Eh, malalaman natin kung tama ba yung kanilang paggamit ng challenge sa aming pagbabalik.
The challenge made by Pasay Voyagers is unsuccessful. Felipe Marasigan comes in for AJ Coronel.
Unsuccessful challenge. Coach Marlon Martin. Sabi niya tumama sa likod. Koy, eto, teka.
Yan din yung nakita ko eh. We gotta see it from the replay. It wasn't a long review, so I guess our
Correction,
referees...
the last challenge of Pasay Voyagers is successful.
Yun na nga.
St. Pinoy coming over to our game announcer, Richard Campos, to rectify that call. Ayun eh,
Yes.
tumama eh. Nag-bounce off sa balikat. Victoria, off to the left. Cyrus Tabi has been racking up those points, rebounds, and assists. Again.
They had the double-double in their last game. Almost a double-double. 7 rebounds, 4 of them coming off the offensive glass. One of the best rebounding guards that we have, especially this season.
Patay. Technical foul agad si Coach John Calios.
Just for sportsman-like behavior.
Not sure what he was
Well, I
arguing
think
with.
he was really upset with the change in call when he already was awarded possession. Akala niya na talagang yun na yun. I was surprised to see that the call was changed. Pero yun naman talaga nakita dun sa replay. And our referees did the right thing to correct yung unang tawag ni Richard Tampos.
Just a slight mix-up. Victoria, though, could not capitalize. Bonifacio will shoot 2 at the free throw line. Warren Bonifacio played for Mapua University. Previously had actually brief stints ito, no, with Pampanga and San Juan.
Correct, yes.
Pero dito talaga sa Pasay, nag-flourish na yung pro game nito ni Warren.
And he really has developed quite the relationship with Coach Marlon Martin. It's like a father and son relationship altogether. He's been wooed by a lot of different teams, particularly teams in the upper echelon of our team standings in the past season. But he chose to stay here with Pasay dahil si Coach Marlon pa rin ang kanilang magiging head coach.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Richard Velches gets it to Junji Halyare. Backing down, Mark Sanko. Sanko comes out on top on that trip. Joey Barcuma also in for Pasay. Sanko. Double foul away from the basketball between Jopet Soriano and Junji Halyare.
Oh, bagong kulay yung buhok nito ni Jopet, ah. Summer look ba yan?
Baka. Swak na swak.
Pagandahan sila ng kulay ni Richard Velches.
Oo. Marasigan making his first appearance for the Voyagers. Receives the pass from Barcuma. Shut down by Halyare. Good defense in hands by Junji. Rev Diputado. Binalik muna kay Halyare sa itaas. Sanko trying to keep in step with him. Bouncing it to Koy Alves. Not his range, but decides to fire flat on that shot. Tabi. Swing pass. Marasigan open free. Bounces out. Jopet Soriano, the offensive rebound. Tabi on the left side. Steps back. Mid-range jumper. That is pure.
He is simply oozing with a lot more confidence this year. Taking those shots and making it look easy. Oh, could have been a backing violation.
Mukhang yung isang paa pa lang kasi nakatawid. So, team hindi pa onto the front court. To si Koy Alves. Halyare, nasundutan sa likod. Cyrus Tabi just doing everything for the Voyagers. But they can't complete the stop.
Yeah, he's become Mr. Do-It-All. Usually, mga player na mas matangkad sa kanya ang may ganong klaseng responsibilidad at role sa team. Guys like Don Reverente and AJ Coronel, but he has also stepped into that para sa Pasay this year. It's like Joe Gomez Deliano steps into that three-point shot for Sarangani. They also need him to produce more offensively para dito sa Sarangani Gripper if they want to get more wins.
Yeah, surprisingly, Joe GDL averaging just over a point per contest. Jopet Soriano able to elude the defense of Koy Alves.
And you would think that with Kit Jimenez out of the lineup that Joe would have more opportunities in handling the basketball, but it hasn't been the case so far para sa kanya. I do believe that he's more than capable of still bouncing back from that percentage and putting up better numbers.
21-9 is our count. A minute remaining here in the first period. Skip pass. Barcuma going right at Velches. Another offensive rebound by Pasay. Cyrus Tabi. Oh, great dish inside, but Soriano gets smothered. Ball did not hit the rim. Shot clock violation against Pasay.
That's an applaudable stand defensively para sa Sarangani Gripper.
Our assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Very clever move right there by Jobit Soriano on the catch. Made that quick spin and into that reverse against Koy Alves.
Diputado goes at the post to Halyare, working against the smaller but really tough Cyrus Tabi. Ball loose. Velches bounce inside. Halyare recovers and scores.
That's excellent composure coming from Brillantes. Diving for the basketball and not really panicking, not flustered by the pressure that was on him. Made that hockey assist which led to that basket for the Gripper.
Mark Sanko, the flyby to beat the buzzer. First quarter comes to an end. A huge start to begin for the Pasay Voyagers. It was 19-4, but Sarangani just making this a much more manageable lead to end the quarter. As we see here, the three-point shooting got going early para dito sa Pasay, Javi.
Yeah, 3 3-pointers right away for the Voyagers. A couple of them coming from Lawrence Victoria. They ran that flare screenplay a lot. Bonifacio had his touches and was able to knock down some perimeter jumpers. These were the 3-point shots that I was talking about. Off the bounce, it doesn't matter, catch and shoot. Lawrence Victoria really deadly from there.
End of quarter number 1, Pasay ahead 21-11.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Hati mo, si Manny!
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Second quarter underway between Sarangani and Pasay. Diputado joined by Martin Gozum, Ken Brillantes, Richard Velches, and Joe Gomez de Liano. Gozum, after getting an early breather, starts the second. Nakita nyo yung field goal shooting, no? 5 out of 16 lamang para sa Sarangani, 8 of 17 naman for Pasay.
And that inability to hit shots in an efficient manner has really dealt them a lot of struggles so far this season. A far cry from what we were used to seeing from them in past years, especially when they had Jeff Viernes and JP Cawilan on their team. And of course, that time, nung meron pa silang Kit Jimenez that year that he had that quadruple-double.
Marasigan fights for it. Soriano ended up giving the ball to Rev Diputado. Liliano, pasa muna kay Martin Gozo. Back to Joe GDL. Ball poke loose. Cyrus Tabi off to the races. Cyrus Tabi just mesmerizing on both ends.
Joe knows better than to be careless with that basketball, especially against an aggressive defender like Cyrus Tabi. He's not going to let him off the hook that easily, as evidenced by that pass play.
Inside they go. Brillantes will troop to the line for 2 shots.
I like the energy that Brillantes is bringing off the bench para dito sa Sarangani. Earlier, he was able to make that save and then the pass. But here though, Cyrus Tabi, he has been showing this all year long so far in the short stint that we've had this season para sa Pasay Voyagers. Ilang games pa lang tayo pero ang ganda na ng pinapakita ni Cyrus Tabi.
Brillantes at the line. Mintis yung una. Just want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Nestor Roma and Mrs. Florida Roma. Happy 48th wedding anniversary. Yan ang parents ng ating butihing kaibigan na si Val.
Yun. Happy anniversary po. 48 years, ha?
Yeah.
Solid. Real love.
Oo. Yun ang true love. 23-11. Marasigan. Three-pointer is good.
I saw during the huddle in that last time out, or I think it was during the quarter break, that Warren Bonifacio was talking to Marasigan about his shot. Dahil yung isa niyang attempt kanina, yung wide open siya, medyo minadali niya eh. This time, he took his time, got into it, was able to load up well, at maganda yung naging release niya doon.
Felipe Marasigan played for the Benilde Blazers under Coach Charles Chu. Alongside Mark Sanko.
Yes, oo. Talaga matitibay yung mga players coming out of that Blazers program under Coach Charles Chu. Himself a very passionate head coach who has taught a lot of his players to really play the right way.
Yeah. 2 for 2 at the line for Martin Gozum. Barkuma, skip pass to Jasper Salenga. Cyrus Tabi takes that free and makes it.
Wide open shot, right flank. Nobody rotating to him. That's gonna be money down the drain.
Martin Gozum turns the corner. Wala pa din. Tatakbo dito ang Pasay. Salenga launches short. Soriano. Nilabas muna ay Tabi. Sanko fires. Wala pa din. Sunga tries to elude the defense of Cyrus Tabi. And Tabi will be called for the personal.
But you can certainly see the fire in the eyes of these Pasay Voyagers. And they want to do everything in their power to get this game and to win it with all their might. To try and play the game every single time they go down the floor na tama yung gagawin nila. Just like the other teams up top, our team standings, they are a picture of excellence and they want to continue that.
Especially on the defensive end, top 10 defense, only allowing 69.2 points. Garsunga able to get that put back to go.
So, but he had to bleed for that basket.
Kaya nga, 15 points pa lang itong Sarangani. We're approaching the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. Ball gets moved around. Jordan Rios, bagong pasok, gets bumped out of possession by Larsua.
It's incredibly tough to really try and stay on your feet as that ball gets moved around when you're playing defense against the zone. Pero pag ganyan kabilis yung ikot ng bola, talagang medyo mahihilo ka rin and it's really bound to make you commit mistakes. That's why kailangan matibay talaga yung inyong depensa when you're going up against the team as disciplined as Pasay.
Floater by Sanko does not work. Can hit that shot, especially yung offhand, but bola babalik sa panig ng Sarangani. (29-15), 14-point lead. Malyarin Barkuma, this is a feisty matchup at that point guard position. Oh, what a find! Martin Gozum cuts back door for the deuce.
J. Mark Malyari is one of the guards here in this league that kahit anong pressure na ibigay mo sa kanya, he's still gonna be able to keep his vision and see the floor nicely. That time you saw it, seeing a wide open Martin Gozum despite the pressure given to him by Joey Barkuma, but Jordan Rios answering with that three-point shot.
Velches against three pink jerseys, no problem.
Ito si Richard Velches, I think given the right amount of playing time, can blossom and flourish under Coach John Callias. I think he just really needs to show Coach JK that he can earn it.
Bakers doesn't lead for Pasay. Salenga coming off that pick. Barkuma. Fernandez, shot clock winding down. Puts up a shot. Bounces out. Malyari onto the front court. Again, the
Nice
back
pass.
door. Woo! Carbon copy nung kanina lang. Gozum set up by Malyari there.
Yeah, but this time he was coming through the middle. Again, excellent find. The vision just really exemplary coming kay J. Mark Malyari. Although that time, hindi niya nakita na na-screenan na siya at di niya nalapitan si Joey Barkuma sa shot na yon. And that's why Barkuma was able to knock down that open look.
3-point shooting. 7 out of 15 itong Pasay. Just a little over 40%.
They had 9 against Quezon. It's 2 away from tying that total. We still have so much time left here in the first half, and of course still the third and fourth quarter to play.
Our assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Martin Gozum scoring on back-to-back finds by J. Mark Malyari, almost on the same shot.
(35-21). Rios, wala. Fernandez. Goal gets stolen away by J. Mark Malyari.
Ooh, that could be an offense, not sportsman, a foul rather. That's quite the hard hit.
Yeah. Actually, as we check out this 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. Joey Barkuma free. Parang pa-signal na ng unsportsmanlike foul yung game official na tumawag dun eh. But hold it back, pero i-review.
Something like that is always reviewable. Even if the initial call was just a regular foul. There you go.
Yun, tuluyan ng
Upon
naging
review, it was an
unsportsmanlike foul. Dapat kay
unsportsmanlike
Brian
foul on number
Hilario.
23, Brian Hilario, for excessive hard contact.
Excessive hard
First
contact.
foul on Brian Hilario.
This was Malyari getting to a full head of steam.
Yeah, and Hilario tried to dislodge him with that slight nudge. But if you're in that kind of velocity, minsan kahit konting ganun lang talaga delikado eh. Ma-off balance ka talaga.
Malyari sablay yung unang free throw. Second consecutive season with Sarangani. Played 2 seasons as well with Imos season 4 and 5. Lead chopped down to 13. Master JK. Approaching the halfway point of the second quarter. Malyari gets to the paint. Floats that one up and in.
He's really a good scoring point guard. Ito si J. Mark Malyari. You see how he's able to get by the defense and use his speed at the right time.
Nasupalpal si Hilario ni Destacamento. Malyari again gets hit.
Many times it would be so easy to score against a thinner defender like Destacamento or Goy Alves, but these guys are so long, they block every shot.
Our play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And right now, Ken, this is certainly something that Sarangani can capitalize on, especially as we're already past the halfway point of this second quarter. Penalty na dito ang Pasay.
Oh, maaga pa yan. You love, especially those last couple of plays involving Malyari and Gozo moving without the basketball. Something they need more of. Especially they don't have that go-to scorer anymore in Kit Jimenez.
That's a big pair of shoes to fill. But, you know, them as a team, they really have to improve their free throw shooting as well. They get to the line a lot, but the percentage hasn't been always good.
Gozo in transition. Halyare. Oh, crossover. Eluding Jordan Rios. Gets the bounce on the layup.
Almost. Just a tad bit more push, I think, on the momentum. Traveling na siya on that initial move, but Great way for him to compose himself and then get into that Pinoy step and then the finish with the right hand.
Destacamento is second block. Fight for the rebound. Ball ends up with Malyari.
Sarangani has to be extra active with clearing possessions with that defensive board, especially when Jordan Rios is in the game. One of the best in terms of getting those offensive rebounds. Mala Scotty Thompson yan, yung timing ni Jordan Rios sa offensive glass.
Martin Gozum gets called with a traveling violation. And check out this Gixxer great move of the game, born for greatness. Jordan Rios will shoot back to the bench. In comes Lawrence Victoria. Damien Lasco nasa loob na rin for Pasay. Chavez bounce inside, papunta kay Warren Bonifacio. Kick out, Felipe Chavez for free. Good!
Yung mga tres na yan, alam ko magandang regalo yan para sa isa sa mga team owner ng Pasay Voyagers who we'd like to greet a very happy birthday. Happy birthday po, Miss Lian Calixto Rubiano. And happy viewing po. I hope you're enjoying the game as your squad right now is ahead and really shooting very well from the outside.
Pasay, 11-point lead. Skip pass, J.R. Chavez on the other side. And that stroke working for Felipe Chavez right now for the Pasay Voyagers.
Saktong-sakto yung pagka-greet ko kay Ma'am Lian. And another three-pointer down the drain right there for the Pasay Voyagers. Back-to-back galing kay Felipe Chavez.
Has not always been his strong suit, that outside shooting, but doing it on the left wing. This time on the right side. Back-to-back threes, piloting the Pasay Voyagers to this 14-point lead. 41-27. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Hati mo, si Manny!
J.R. Chavez was a vital cog in that upset win over Quezon. 13 points, 11 of those coming in the last two quarters. A welcome addition for Coach Marlon Martin and the rest of Pasay.
Yung pagkadagdag sa kanila ni Joey Barcuma dito sa Pasay has really shored up their guard rotation. Provides them with a lot of spunk defensively, but at the same time also that scoring lift off the bench.
I don't know how to describe this better, pero parang pitbull tong dalawan to eh.
Correct. I think that's one of the more appropriate terms talaga to describe Barcuma and Felipe Chavez. Just relentless on the defensive end, and the way that they run the offense, just so quick, and just the type of energy you need when you're coming off the bench.
Plays with no fear. Like you said, a lot of spunk. Plays much bigger than their size. So si J.R. Chavez and Joey Barcuma. And dagdag mo dyan, yung improvement ni Cyrus Tabi.
Correct.
Turnaround jumper by Alves, no good.
And you love that everybody's just so comfortable in the playing time that's being given to them. Wala akong nakikita actually na talagang nagpapakita ng sama ng loob. Everybody's just enjoying playing with each other and relishing the opportunity that they've been getting.
Case in point, Javi, Don Reverente. He has played limited minutes so far. but you never see him complain. But you see JR Chavez on the floor right now. Unfortunately for the Pasay Voyagers, got hit in the face. This was the pivot move by Warren Bonifacio.
A mix of Nikola Jokic and Dirk Nowitzki, I must say.
So the Reverente only averaging 15 minutes per contest. Slightly dipped down yung production, 4.5 points, 6.3 rebounds.
Well, I think Don just understands that lahat naman ang ginagawa ni Coach Marlon dito ay para sa ikabubuti ng team. And for him, I think at this point of his career, all he wants is to win. He's already proven himself as a good player here in the league. Ngayon gusto naman niya makakuha ng oportunidad na makakuha ng kampiyonato.
Cagliari, quick free, back-to-back triples for the Gripper.
He's not always been the most consistent, but he definitely has what it takes to put on the points para dito sa koponan ng Sarangani. And if he hits more shots like that, this game is going to be a different story.
9 points for Junji Cagliari, 3-point shooting, 9 out of 19 for Pasay. Basket and one opportunity for Damian Lasco.
This has been the problem for Sarangani over the years. These past seasons, you go on a run, but you break down defensively. It's really these kinds of things that have hindered them from making the next step in their progression.
Swak yung free throw ni Damian Lasco. Balik sa 15 puntos yung kalamangan dito ng Pasay, 48-33. Under a minute remaining, Rev Debutado try to get a step on JR Chavez.
Yep. Even though that shot, or that foul rather, was on the floor, that's gonna be 2 shots.
Oh, may penalty na eh. Nangyari doon.
Nakalimutan niya siguro na nasa penalty na yung Pasay. Pasay's been over the limit for the past 5 minutes.
Diputado played for San Beda in high school, National University in college. From Dumaguete City. Pasok, 2 free throw for his 5th point.
A former member of the RP youth team.
Bakers doesn't lead for Pasay. Barcuma. He gets tagged by Rev Diputado.
That's their last foul to give.
John Calios. Naghahanap ng tamang timpla dito para sa Sarangani. Victoria gets the ball back from Hilario. They go at the post. Bonifacio against Benji Jimenez. Big boy matchup right here. Bonifacio, fadeaway jumper, bounces out. Diputado. Shot on its way. That was a quick shot by Gozum. Luckily for them, they get the ball back.
Oh, another bad shot. Back to back.
Oh, paubos na yung shot lang. Game clock dun. Instead, you give an opportunity for Pasay to convert. Victoria. Oh, what a shot! Nonchalantly getting that one up and in.
Kung kanina nakita natin Dirk Nowitzki, a mix of him with Nikola Jokic. This is Luka Doncic-like coming from Lawrence Victoria.
That one-legged shot. Lawrence Victoria just to beat the halftime buzzer. And just oozing with confidence. They lead at the half 50-35.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Para sa atlitang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino. kababaihan para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan.
At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Welcome back to Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. It is halftime of our main game between the Pasay Voyagers and the Sarangani Grippers. Our halftime score is 50-35 in favor of Pasay Voyagers. I'm Lyra Punsalan at kasama po natin ngayon ang team manager ng Sarangani Grippers and Sir Ron Monsayak of MPBL Party List. Sir Andrew, medyo challenging makascore ang Sarangani Grippers. At nabanggit nga kanina ni Coach John na work in progress pa nga kasi yung chemistry ng team. Ano po yung mga plans ng team para makakeep up sa second half?
Unang-una yung depensa namin dapat mag-improve, no? Tapos lalo yung offense. Kasi right now medyo nahihirapan kasi marami pang mga injured players. Especially sa amin si Kit Jimenez, hindi pa nakaka-recover. Hopefully sa mga next games makabalik. So tama yung sabi ni Coach Yang kanina, kailangan namin ulit mag-reorganize, enjoy yung game, then bumalik yung ano ng team, yung confidence ng team.
Any greetings?
Okay, yung sponsors namin, no, Gripper, Motorcycle Tire, basahin ko na. Dali. Food Coma Manila, Sol, Red Dynasty, Jacob Hat, Viton, Attorney Vince Arsaga, Art Arsaga, and also Coach Monel. And also Guerrero Brotherhood, headed by Judge Ralph Lee.
Thank you so much. That has been the team manager, Sir Andrew Balarmino of Sarangani Grippers. And now to my left, we have Sir Ron Monsayak of the MPBL Party List. Sir Ron, kumusta yung araw-araw na pag-reach out ng MPBL Party List that despite the scorching heat, talagang tuloy-tuloy yung paghatid ng tulong? What is the heart behind this initiative?
Well, first of all, gusto ko bumati na isang magandang gabi sa lahat ng MPBL fans dito sa Pasay at sa lahat ng nanonood ngayon sa Facebook, YouTube. Oo nga, sobrang init talaga. Pero mas mainit naman ang pagtanggap ng mga tao sa MPBL Party List kasi tulad ng aming pangako na talagang susubukan namin abutin lahat talaga. So again, bawat barangay, sitio at saka eskinita, pinapasok natin para ipaabot yung plataforma ng MPBL Party List na grassroots sports development, which will be inclusive sa lahat. So again, hindi lang sa mga atleta, andyan yung mga referees, statisticians, pati mga kapatid nating mga persons with disabilities.
Ano pong mensahe para sa mga taga-suporta ng MPBL Party List?
Again, gusto ko magpasalamat sa aming milyon-milyong na mga supporters. So ngayon pa lang, nagpapasalamat kami. At sa mga nanood po ngayon, kami po ang MPBL Party List number 77. Kami po ang nangangako po talaga kami na tutuparin namin ang aming lahat ng plataforma at advokasya. Nakakaasa po kayo.
Maraming salamat. That has been Sir Ron Monsayak of the MPBL Party List. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
We got CJ Sarangani, John Rodriga, and Bernard Bailey. Ball to tayo. Again, it's make a basket on the half-court line to win his brand new Suzuki Bergman Street. Napakadami nating winners for the past couple of months. And recently, meron tayong nanalo itong Suzuki Bergman Street. And tonight, tingnan natin kung may maswerteng mag-uwi. Ito ang ating napakagandang Suzuki Bergman Street. Unahin natin si CJ Soriano mula sa Barangay 191. 110 lang. Kaya galingan mo, CJ Soriano. Wala ba tayo para dyan? Come on! Let me hear some excitement. CJ Soriano, whenever you're ready. Lakasan mo, CJ. Tingnan natin, CJ! Malapit na. Thank you for joining the next round. Si Jonah Rodriga who came all the way from Cavite City. Alright, Jonah, lakasan mo para makasin ng chamba. Jonah! Alright, nice try. Last but not the least, si Bernard Bailey from Pasay City. Lakas chamba. Bernard, ikaw mo na! Tingnan natin si Bernard! Pumasok! Doon sa taas. Thank you. Yan ang ating Suzuki Half-Court Shot Challenge.
para sa atletang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan.
At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas, 50 ka.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Our halftime score, 35 for the Sarangani Gripper and 50 para naman sa Pasay Voyagers. And Sarangani never led in this one. Pasay jumped out of the gates, had a 19-4 start and led by as many as 18 points in the first two quarters.
Sarangani was down by 10 at the end of the first quarter, but they were able to have a much better scoring output in the second period. Kaya lang Pasay went on over and scored 29 points as well in that second period. Sarangani managed to get 24. The Gripper had a good scoring run to cut the lead down to 6, but then Lawrence Victoria and Joey Barcuma, Cyrus Tabi, all these guys chipping in para dito sa Pasay Voyagers. Felipe Chavez also came in and knocked down 2 huge threes that prevented Sarangani from bridging the gap.
Cagliari leading the way for the Gripper with 9 points. Martin Gozom, 6. Diputado with 5 points. Malyari also had 4. Sa Pasay naman, 8 points apiece for Warren Bonifacio and Lawrence Victoria. Cyrus Tabi, 7 off the bench. And Jared Chavez, who started at the point guard spot, had 6. This time though, Tabi will earn the nod at that point guard position to begin the third quarter para dito sa Pasay. Joined by that foursome, that fearsome core of Victoria, AJ Coronel, Warren Bonifacio, and Don Reverente. Warren Bonifacio barging into double fingers with that free.
That's his first three-pointer of the game. Missed his only attempt from the outside in that first half. Sarangani can't leave him wide open multiple times.
The save almost. Victoria crashes onto our table officials.
By giving them each a high five after that. Still able to maintain some control despite going outside.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. Sa poste, Bringas facing up against Warren Bonifacio. Reverse, doesn't get the bounce. Sunga cleans up the miss, asking for a foul.
He really has had to work hard for all of his points here in this game after a good scoring output sa kanilang huling laro against the Imus Brotherhood where he had 25 points, only 6 so far para dito kay Lars Sunga.
Victoria launches a free and drains that one.
And he just makes everything look so easy. If you just tuned in before we ended our first half, he had that incredible move leading into a one-legged jumper a la Luka Doncic. Ito si Lawrence Victoria. Check it out here. Victoria knocking it down from that right flank. Quick catch and shoot, lock and load para kay Lawrence Victoria.
That's 11 frees for Pasay. Harvey Bringas at the line. Suited up for Abra last season. Now with Coach John Calios and Sarangani. But played 5 seasons. Magkaiwalay yan with Bataan. Season 1 and 2. And then 4, 5, and 6. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Foul by Rev Diputado. Trying to keep in step with Cyrus Tabi.
And that has been a difficult task for most of the guards so far this year. Keeping up with Cyrus Tabi. Diputado has been known to be a defensive point guard over the years. Pero guarding Cyrus Tabi has been a chore for him tonight.
Tabi putting the moves on. Off the bounce. Ball will stay on their side with 10 on their shot clock.
That time though, making a good play to tap that ball out of bounds.
Yep. Coach's challenge requested by Master JK. Off that baseline out of bounds play. Initial call was Pasay basketball. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back for the result.
The challenge made by Sarangani is successful.
Sa balat ba ng... Since nagka-challenge tayo, ito yung pinakamabilis. Bilis nun.
Yep, off his leg.
Matter of less than 5 seconds, we had the verdict already.
Baka record-breaking challenge yun.
Oo. Gozom, sasalaksak. Natapikan at nakabingwit din ng foul. laban kay Lawrence Victoria.
Sarangani trying to go quickly into their offense as they're usually known for. Gozum, talagang pinilit niya doon despite the defense, just waiting for him inside that paint. Hindi gumalaw yung depensa doon. Ang hirap atakihin ng depensa, hindi gumagalaw.
RV Bringas carving out space, gets the basket. Kasi foul.
Yung Bringas is a guy they can set up multiple times. The only question is, makakasabay ba si RV dun sa pace na gusto ng Sarangani? Because right now, obviously, Warren Bonifacio is the guy guarding him. Pero pag umupo si Warren, you can take advantage of RV having mas manipis na mga bantay laban sa kanya. And he can certainly overpower these players still.
Sabla, yung tira sa labas ni Lawrence Victoria. Lars Sunga goes all the way for the bank shot.
Still trying to ask for a foul even after that drive. Lahat ng mga attempts niya dito, halos lagi niya tinitingnan yung ating mga referees after.
8 points for Lars Sunga. Bonifacio. Mintes yung kanyang tres. Sunga grabs the rebound. Puts it on the floor. Now backing down, Victoria. Oh, the step-through move by Lars Sunga.
Patient, crafty. Lars Sunga now getting into a groove offensively para dito sa Gripper. 10 na lang to.
At 10 na rin ang kanyang puntos. 56-46. Bonifacio battling with RV Bringas. Face-up jumper by Warren Bonifacio is flat.
Bringas did the early work of making it hard for Warren Bonifacio to receive. This is a nice pass. Okay, there you go.
RV Bringas off that gorgeous move and feed from Junji Halyari. And look at this. Earlier, it was up to 21. It's down to 8 points, the lead. Our assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Coach Marlon Keith Martin sensing a bit of danger here as Sarangani Gripper finding some momentum here to begin the third quarter. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back after this.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MD! Kahati mo, si Manny!
People here inside the Pasay Astrodome as we check out the fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Kanina, 19 puntos ang lamang, 11-0 run ang pinakawalan ng Sarangani Gripper.
Ken, by the way, we'd also like to greet happy viewing to Mayor Emmy Calixto Rubiano, the biggest fan of the Pasay Voyagers.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Yet always supportive for Pasay.
O, nandun sila sa birthday dinner ni Ma'am Lian. So they're watching right now.
But Pasay dealing with a little bit of adversity at the moment. Oh, that shot was initially called. May pito, no? May foul. Challenge agad si Coach John Calios putting the C sign directed at our table officials. Look clean up top. But on the follow-through, meron bang foul?
Well, he might be confident getting this considering how quick he got the last challenge. There's a smile on his face.
All right, we'll pause for a break. We'll be back for the result.
The challenge of Sarangani Gripper was unsuccessful. Foul on Junji Halyare, his
Bigo, si
third
Master
foul.
JK. May foul daw talaga laban kay Junji. That was another quick look by our officials. At palagay ko malinaw naman sa anggulong yun.
Caught that wrist. Ito ni Cyrus Tabi.
Cyrus Tabi played for Rizal Technological University. Had 15 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists against Quezon. In fact, he was the high point man for the Voyagers.
Yeah, he led 4 other guys in double figures against the reigning Southern Division champions.
Larsunga sumugod. Draws a foul. 2 shots for Larsunga.
He really has been relentless in attacking the basket in this game. Unfazed by the misses that he's had in the first half and by the struggles that he has been trying to endure. Talagang lumalaban lang siya at lumalaban dito.
Larsunga played for Arellano University from Pandacan, Manila. Short on the second free throw though. 9-point lead for Pasay. Victoria. Bonifacio back to Lawrence against Larsunga. Putting the ball on the floor. Now against Martin Gozom. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness. Slick shot from Lawrence Victoria.
Incredible shot once again coming from Pasay's Luka Doncic. Lawrence Victoria.
Face-up jumper by RV Bringas. Sablay. Bola mapupunta sa Pasay. Early break. Victoria. Bonifacio off the bounce. Decides to get it to Victoria. Bonifacio for 3. No good. Ball ends up with AJ Cornell. Gets fouled off that putback attempt.
Kung ikaw yung Pasay, talagang it would be fine with you just to have Warren Bonifacio shooting those threes because you have guys like Reverente and Coronel to pull down the offensive rebound for more possessions.
Our play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Coronel really has been known to generate extra possessions because of those rebounds on the glass. That's why Coach Marlon Martin has him there inside. Even if he's not scoring a lot, his impact is felt in different ways.
Score is 61-49. Pasay with a 12-point advantage. Diputado. Oh, the dump inside. RV Bringas scores. And a free throw to boot.
Nice dish out. Diputado into traffic and still managing to get it to RV Bringas, who's been having himself a quarter. 11 points already in this game para kay RV Bringas.
Also has 4 rebounds. 61-51 after that miss from the line. Victoria puts the ball on the deck and turns the ball over. Great defense by Diputado that trip. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig. Free installation for split-type air conditioners.
Dire-diretso lang doon si Larsunga. Unable to stop him with the basketball. Ito si Don Reverente. Clear offensive foul on Junji Halyare.
May extension daw eh. Yung braso, yung kaliwang braso ni
There
Junji.
definitely was. Nakita yun even from our vantage point. Yun, pataas din kasi.
Salenga sold it a bit, but the contact was definitely there.
Ang turo sa amin dati niyan, if you're gonna try and make that move, kailangan pababa yung tulak mo. Tsaka hindi masyadong extended dapat.
Victoria, catch and shoot free. My goodness! Lawrence Victoria sizzling here.
Wow, I'm going bonkers just watching him here. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to watch the magic show that is Lawrence Victoria.
The nickname certainly fits El Frela. Meanwhile, Barcuma tried to set up AJ Coronel.
Siya ngayon ang naglalagay ng saysay sa Pasay. Ito si Lawrence Victoria.
That's a high looper of a shot right there.
A lot of his shots tonight, and he's also shown it in the past. Minsan, di mo na lang i-expect pero papasok pa rin.
Yeah. Captain Marbel, Commissioner Kenneth Doremdes. Coronel. Second free throw does not go in. Bakers doesn't lead still for the Pasay Voyagers. 4.5 to go here in the third. Sunga pulls it back out. Oh, that's not a good read by Lars Sunga right there.
Correct, yeah, that's a lousy fishing expedition to try and bait his defender.
Oh,
into
what
a foul! Oh!
great find by Warren Bonifacio. Setting up AJ Coronel.
A reversal of roles there. Usually it's Coronel making the pass to Bonnie.
That rolls in for J. Mark Malyari.
Or maybe it's Malyari takeover time right now para sa Sarangani Gripper. You remember it was also when he checked in late in that second quarter na bumulusok ang atake ng Sarangani and they were able to cut the lead to as low as 6 points.
Atake si Reverend Diputado. Can't control it. Was able to establish his feet but could not get his hands on the basketball. Richard Belches coming in. Victoria, lalabas muna dito. Damien Lasco, nasa loob na para dito sa Pasay. Weave action for the guys in pink. The seal, but Bonifacio could not receive the pass cleanly. Gozom pivots inside, gets the basket plus a foul.
Napaganda pa yun para sa Sarangani Gripper. I thought the right play to make was to give it up to the left side to Richard Belches. Joe GDL though making the decision to get it to Martin Gozum, who finished despite the contact coming from Joey Barcuma.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Pop, personal karaoke speaker everyday karaoke. Martin Gozum. Pasok yung kanyang free throw. 9 points for the former Our Lady of Fatima University standout. 66-56. Soriano. Binigay kay Barcuma. Swing pass to Salenga. Sanko. Back to Jasper. Turns the corner. Gets swatted away by Richard Velches.
Impressive anticipation right there. He swatted that shot like it was a volleyball spike. Take a look at this. Set out of bounds right there. Not in my house, says Richard Velches.
But Sarangani and Velches checking on our cameraman. Pero naghabol pa rin sila dito, down by 10.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
3 seconds left sa shot clock ng Pasay. Oh, that's a wayward pass. Sanko unable to save it. Bola mapupunta sa panig ng Sarangani.
So the defensive intensity now increasing right now for the Gripper. The question is, how long can they sustain this and also follow it up with baskets?
Kick out pass to Joe GDL. Gets to the paint, but mistimed that pass to Richard Velches.
Could have went up for the shot himself there. I think that pass wasn't really the right idea. Obviously, it resulted in a turnover.
Barkuma and Malyari lock horns again. Lasco, baseline drive, foul will be whistled against Sarangani. It's going to be called against J. Mark Malyari. John again not happy. So 2 shots for Damian Lasco.
I think Coach John wants a ref sub. He wants to bring in the 4th man.
Actually, pwede naman nilang gawin yun.
Correct, oh.
They don't do it every time, right?
No, not every time.
Pag kailangan lang eh, or...
Pag nire-request.
Oo.
Kasi kung hindi naman the original 3-man referee unit will play out the whole game.
67-56. Malyari navigating through that pick and roll action. Velches swoops in the reverse.
So he's bringing in some quality minutes right here in the 3rd quarter. Talking about Richard Velches, the block earlier, and now his 2nd basket in this game.
Lasco from the left corner gets it to go.
Oh, turnover.
Barkuma going right at Malyari, and he will be whistled with an offensive foul. These two have been going at it from the get-go.
This is a nice find coming from him. Damian Lasco on any other team could be a 2nd, 3rd option, maybe even 1st. But here in Pasay, he's reduced to a limited role, but still making the most of this opportunity being given to him by Coach Marlon Martin.
That pass going nowhere from Martin Gozum. Ends up with Pasay under 2 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Lasco receiving that pass, attacks the paint. Steal by J. Mark Malyari behind the back dribble. Oh, the find underneath. Velches gets blocked and fouled by Jopet Soriano.
Amazing speed shown by J. Mark Malyari, pushing that basketball, really outrunning Mark Sanko, who was trying to poke the ball from behind and managed to shift it to his other hand just in time to make that pass to Richard Velches, who attempted that reverse underneath.
J.K. Calios really pleading with our technical head in terms of fielding in a new referee. Kahit sa table officials, nagsusumbong na siya dito. Velches. Split at the line. Double foul.
Silang dalawa na naman.
Yeah. I'm telling you, these two guys won't back down from each other. Pero hindi, si Koy Alves yata eh. Yeah, Soriano and Koy Alves. But ball will stay on the side of Pasay.
Double foul naman kasi. Pag double foul, kung kanino yung bola,
doon pa din.
Doon pa rin.
Lasco facing a bit of a pressure. Barkuma. Balik ni Damian Lasco sa taas. Soriano serving the floor. Lasco.
Yep.
Basically drag his pivot foot.
Correct.
67 seconds remaining. Coach Marlon Keith Martin. Look of concern a bit. Sarangani really fighting here. Despite not having the taste of the lead. They have threatened multiple times. Velches. Alves almost falls down. Velches is down. Gozum takes a three. Short. Ball ends up with the fallen Velches, who still is hobbling. And we have a suspension of play here. Let's see what happened here.
This play has worked a lot of times here in the third quarter para sa Sarangani. Malyari and Velches have been playing good music together. Ayun, natamba siya. I think he got hit on the leg.
Natalisod eh. Sayang, no? He was, like you said, providing that spark off the bench. Hopefully, for Sarangani, he could return in this game.
Bringas should take this to the post.
Bringas. Turnaround jumper against Soriano. That is a thing of beauty for RV Bringas.
I tell you, see, he still has it. It's just a matter of giving him the confidence to reignite that motivation and spark within him.
13 points, leading the scoring. And daring, basically, Soriano to shoot that shot. Time winding down to the third quarter. Malyari, oh, the find inside. Koy Alves beats the buzzer. What a run by Sarangani to end the third.
That is a strong finish to a quarter. The Sarangani gripper making an incredible push here to wind down the third quarter.
This looked good in real time. Let's see. Yeah,
it counts.
Clearly.
Sukat na sukat doon ni J. Mark Malyari. What a pass. Such a tough find to execute. And credit to Koy Alves for composing himself and making sure that the reverse was gonna go inside para sa kanila.
Lawrence Victoria heating up here in the third quarter. 8 of his 16 points. But this inspired run by Sarangani, as we check out the highlights of the game, brought to you by Zip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Basically, we went a lot of back and forth here in the third quarter. Lawrence Victoria has really put on a wonderful job, as always, para dito sa Pasay Voyagers. But ito Sarangani Gripper, they are knocking hard on their door.
Yet in the fourth quarter, Pasay ahead 70-63.
Para sa atletang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan.
At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Our VIPs in attendance. Of course, Captain Marbel, Kenneth Duremdes, Rudy Distrito, Emerson Oreta. And our crowd in attendance here inside the Pasay Astrodome. Fourth quarter underway. Sarangani, this is the closest that they've been. You saw here in the third quarter, outscoring Pasay by 8, but they had a slow start. 21-11 for Pasay, 29-24 in the second quarter naman. And Pasay leading by as many as 19 points. Sarangani has not led in this ball game.
That furious end to the third quarter could certainly be something they can bank on to use to continue their momentum here as we start the fourth quarter.
Martin Gozum, that shot rolls out. Five on the floor for Pasay. Chavez, Hilario, Warren Bonifacio, Cyrus Tabi, and Jasper Salenga. Hilario drills in that free to open up the scoring in the fourth quarter.
It's a very big mistake. You're trying to catch up. You have to recognize each and every player on the floor you're going up against. You should know if they can hit a shot from the outside or not. That time they left Brian Hilario wide open, and here the Voyagers on the run again.
Salenga, masyadong malakas yung tres. Chavez, hindi natansya yung tira niya doon.
Yan minsan yung iniisip mo eh. Pag nandyan ka na sa malapit sa ring, tapos libreng-libre ka naman doon sa area na yon. Pero natatakot ka na pag ilapit mo pa ng todo, eh baka masupalpal ka o baka imintis mo pa.
Sarangani right in it here. Bonifacio, 20-footer, no. Rebound, Martin Gozum. Malyari, Martin Gozum, RV Bringas, Koy Alves. And they're joined by Gomez to round out the 5 for the gripper. Tabi will pull it back out. Bonifacio, backdoor, nabasa ni Malyari, intercepting that pass. Nagmamadali si J-Mark. Dump off inside, Gomez, too strong, but Gomez right there for the cleanup.
Gozum cleaning up the mess right there. Nito ni Gomez. I think for Pasay right now, the key for them is to try and slow things down a bit. Wag muna silang makisabay dito sa tinatakbo ng Sarangani.
And Sarangani doing this despite their struggles from beyond the arc. Actually, hindi rin karamihan yung attempts nila. No? Only 3 out of 8. Not really a strong three-point shooting team, especially with the departure or actually the absence of Kit Jimenez.
At yun usually ay naging identity ng Sarangani the past few years. But this roster doesn't really have that firepower from the outside that we're used to seeing back when Sarangani, especially last year, when they had a lot of shooters to pour on those threes.
But these guys could really thrive in transition.
Correct. Karamihan sa kanila mga slashers.
Gozum turns the ball over. Velches chasing down Tabi. 4 pink jerseys in the vicinity. Good job by Sarangani, able to recover. Gomez gets bumped and will head to the line for 2 free throws.
Eh, kahit may gigil, nagugustuhan mo yun eh kung ikaw si Coach John.
Yeah.
At least, you know na talagang ayaw magpatalo basta-basta nitong mga player ko. Although for me, if you're looking at from an objective standpoint, that was really a good decision by Gomez.
Free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
You were borderline out of control with the push that you were doing. Velches was trailing the play. You could have made a back pass to set up Velches for what could have been an easy finish at the rim.
Kaya alam, mintis, parehong free throws ni Danzel Gomez. Felipe Chavez. Entry pass, JR draws closer, kicks it back out. Bonifacio sidesteps. The flip shot does not work. Ball tapped by Hilario towards Lawrence Victoria, who's guarded by Diputado. They go under the screen. Victoria unable to make them pay, and Hilario caught warding off against Koy Alves.
Alves and Velches have done a tremendous job on the boards here in the second half. Really contrary to what they were having in terms of their performance during the first 2 periods.
Koy Alves will get a breather. 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Martin Gozum against Lawrence Victoria. Sarangani knocking on the door, down by as many as 19 points. Sunga posting up. Tabi again holding his ground.
Oh,
Nakasundot si RV Bringas sa likod. Tatakbo dito ang Sarangani. Diputado. No good. Gozum goes up strong. Wala pa din. But foul will be called against Pasay.
the most unlikely guy to poke the basketball from behind from a guy like Lawrence Victoria, RV Bringas, making this opportunity happen para dito sa Sarangani Gripper.
Larsunga will trigger it in from the baseline. Diputado On the left side against J.R. Chavez. Velches floats one up. Gets pushed on his way up.
He's just able to hang in the air just as long for his defender to clip him on the arm.
Velches at the line. Tubong Pasig to. Richard Velches. Making quite an impact here, especially in the third quarter. Good thing he's back after he suffered that leg injury briefly towards the tail end of the third.
Oh, buti na lang because it looked like it was something wrong with his knee.
Velches readjusts and makes the free throw.
And this is certainly his best game of the season so far. He's only managed to score 2 points. That's his season high already.
Reverente back in. Victoria trying to elude Martin Gozum. Almost gets past him. Hilario launches. No good on that three. Stopped by Sarangani. Can they inch closer? Under 6 minutes remaining. RV Bringas. That's no offensive foul muna, no?
Buti nga traveling yung tinawagan. Akala ko offensive foul din.
King Destacamento will troop back in. He will replace RV Bringas.
Bringas was scoreless in the first 2 quarters, Ken. But was able to get 11 alone. Sorry, 12 in the third quarter alone.
Tabi searching for someone to pass to. It ends up with Reverente. Victoria. Oh, puts up a shot after absorbing contact from Richard Velches.
He has made this game his personal horse game. He has made a lot of difficult shots sa laro na to. He continues to show us why he has become one of the top players here in the league.
Towards Victoria, 17 points. 5 minutes and 32 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. But if you're Sarangani, still a lot of time left. 2 for 2 at the line for El Frilla. Junji Alyare will replace Richard Velches, who gingerly walks back to the bench. Ayun na, nagpalitan na ng ating game officials dito.
Now that took a while.
Kanina pa hinihiling ni Coach Jan yan eh.
Start pa lang ng third quarter.
Yeah.
Yun ang sinisigaw ni Master JK.
Sunga, way off on that shot. Gozum saves it to the wrong guy. It leads to a fast break. Reverente is gone on the other end.
He started this game and he's played over 11 minutes, but that's just his first basket sa laro na to. Ito si Don Reverente.
77-66. Back to a double-digit lead. Diputado doesn't get the roll. Gozum, wala pa din. Tapikan ng bola. Napunta kay Junji Alyare. 10 on their shot clock. Diputado takes that free over AJ Coronel. Bounces out. Tatakbo na naman ang Pasay dito. Cyrus Tabi. Oh, the look. Reverente stretches. But AJ Coronel there for the putback.
When you're Pasay, there is nothing to fear missing shots like that, especially on the break, because you have a guy like AJ Coronel almost always trailing the play for a possible offensive rebound and stick back.
Great box out there on the much taller and longer King Destacamento. They lead by a baker's dozen, 79-66.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
So with us here at the Pasay Astrodome, Sarangani made their run. They were able to cut the lead. Kixer, fan of the game, born for greatness. Kilala natin itong mga batang ito, lalo yung nasa gitna.
Oy, nasa gitna. Masaya-masaya sa nanonood sa dito ng live ah.
Pinaka-pogi ba to sa mga Avalos Brothers?
Day off ah.
Oo.
A rare day off. Nagpapahinga pa lang ang mga Abolos Brothers ha. Hindi ko alam ah.
Of course, quick shout out to Coach Mark Dandan of Muntinlupa.
At dahil na-shoutout mo ng Muntinlupa, shoutout ko na rin si Alvin Tanyada na nagsascout rin daw habang nanonood ng game.
Okay.
Binola pa ako eh. Sabi,
sabi?
si Cyrus Tabi daw, parang ako nung high school eh.
Ba?
Di ko pa birthday ah.
Kaya nga eh, aga-aga eh. 79-66. RV Bringas comes back in the game.
I don't think that was the right call. I think it was supposed to be a travel. He clearly shuffled his feet from where I was watching.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere. RV Bringas struggling at the line. Although, coming into this game, shooting 80%. Gets the bounce and the roll on the second one.
Sarangani as a team really hasn't been shooting well from the charity stripe this year.
Also from beyond the arc as well. Reverente naghanap ng papasahan. Binigay kay Lawrence Victoria. Against Lars Sunga. Victoria leaning one way. Running start. Diputado. Oh, great move. That slight deceleration getting them the basket.
Yeah, he got Warren Bonifacio caught off guard because of that deceleration, as you mentioned. That got him off timing. At di niya na-anticipate yung layup dun ni Rev Diputado. Now they force a miss.
One and done for Pasay. Pagkakataon para sa Sarangani. Down by 10, 79-69. They force the pass down low to RV Bringas, who will troop back to the line.
Those incursions going towards the middle of the paint with the wheel of the big man going the opposite side have put RV Bringas, Richard Velches, even Martin Gozum earlier in the first half in positions to score numerous times in this game. Yan ang naging problema dito ng Pasay.
Pasok yung unang free throw ni RV Bringas. Hailing from Orani, Bataan. 15.6 rebounds. 75% from the line.
May kinikindatan niya dito.
Martin Gozum gets back in for Junji Halyare. Ba, kaibigan ba niya? Or Pasay fan ba?
I don't know.
Probing, Victoria. Oops. Diputado was hit in the chops.
So that's a surprising call as well to me.
They will review this one.
Na may hawak na. Pero may bawi eh.
Oo. Baka second motion to. Clearly, Lawrence Victoria was not really happy with that kind of defense dished out by Diputado.
After watching that replay, now I agree with that foul call, but I think there should be also something decided on that second motion, that at the swing with the elbow by Victoria.
Possible technical foul ito, no? Or unsportsmanlike foul. Let's see. 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. Coach John Calios trying to rally his troops. At yun na nga ang naging verdict, no?
Foul number 18.
Sportsmanlike foul.
Rev
Diputado will foul out. With 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists.
Lawrence Victoria is third foul.
So hindi penalty ang Sarangani. So 2 free throws lang plus ball possession for the Gripper. So this could be huge for Sarangani.
A possible 4-point or 5-point swing on this possession for the Gripper, and they could chop this lead down to half or even to a single possession.
Somehow, they've been doing this with a bit of an old school brand of basketball. Not a lot of threes.
Talagang pound it inside.
Yeah, exactly. Malyari can't make it a 2-possession ball game, but they retain possession. 7-point lead. Malyari to trigger it in. Sunga catches the pass. Hand off to J. Mark Malyari. Takes that free. Doesn't get the bounce. Ball will stay with Sarangani.
The Gripper have not been able to chop down the lead of Pasay to below 6 since the first half. This could be a good opportunity for them to do so. Lagi lang sila napapako at 7. Pero di na nila nabababa to as low as that here in the third and fourth quarters.
That's a massive shot from Junji Halyare. Makes this a 5-point ball game. Now has 12 points. 4 guys in double figures for Sarangani. Pasay. Oh, great look. Bonifacio muffs the layup, but Tabi right there for the stick back.
A lucky break right there for the Pasay Voyagers. Not really what you expect coming from Warren Bonifacio, especially that he's wide open. But Cyrus Tabi again saving the day para sa kanila, just like he has the start of this season para sa Pasay Voyagers. And this is a crucial stop for the guys in pink.
Offensive foul against RV Bringas. Who could not believe that last foul call. Ooh.
That's a tough call to make. It could have gone both ways. Either way. You could argue that itong si Coronel was trying to violate yung cylinder ni RV Bringas, pero si Bringas kasi siya na rin ang nag-initiate ng contact kaya sa pull dun si Coronel
Victoria gets past Gozum. Hangs in the air. Ball will stay with Pasay. 10 seconds on their shot clock. Baseline inbound for the guys in pink. Coronel will inbound it from the baseline. Cyrus Tabi catches against the much bigger Lars Sunga. Has this speed advantage. Goes one-on-one against him. 3 seconds remaining. Sunga standing his ground. Turnover as we are down to our final 2 minutes of the ball game. At least here in the fourth quarter, Junji Halyare swerves in and gets the basket.
That's a gutsy drive coming from Halyare, beating Don Reverente to the basket.
14 points for Junji. Victoria turns around. Reverente cleans it up. And Lars Sunga thought there was a foul against Victoria.
Just a wasted opportunity right there for the Gripper. They were able to force Victoria into this missed shot. Couldn't get it off the glass. But nobody boxing out Don Reverente for another free basket underneath.
Second put back for Pasay in the past couple of minutes. We pause for a break. Pasay ahead 83-76.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Sarangani was right there. They were able to get as close as 4 points. Yeah, 79-75, no? But since then, a 7-1 run by the Pasay Voyagers. Actually, 4 of the last 5 points coming from Pasay. We have a foul called against Don Reverente. They're in penalty, so 2 shots will be given to Junji Alyare, who split his free throws earlier.
They missed 13 tonight as a team, talking about the Gripper. Imagine kung kalahati lang na-shoot na nila dun sa kanilang mga mintis.
And goes back to the shooting woes from the line for the Gripper. Again, that just might cost him the game.
They missed 9 against the Imus Brotherhood, and they were only out of that game by 5 points. Here tonight, they missed 14 and pareho mintis, no?
Yeah.
15 already.
Victoria against Sunga again. Kick out pass, Coronel. Bounces out. Again, offensive rebound. Warren Bonifacio tried to put it to the backboard. Oh, not a good pass by RV Bringas. And Halyari gives up the foul.
Just lacking a little bit of power.
Actually, good intention naman, Habs.
Yeah. No, had it gotten a little bit more muscle, easy basket na yun. And this would have been just a 4-point game, 83-79. Instead, they give the ball to Lawrence Victoria, who was right there in between. And now Victoria has a chance to further this gap.
Victoria coolly sinks in the first one. Lawrence Victoria, the top wing player for Pasay. Perfect from the line until that miss. 19-6-6. Bonifacio gets the offensive rebound though. Alves and Bringas not able to get the defensive board. So Bonifacio back at the line. Warren Bonifacio. Pasok yung unang free throw. Warren Bonifacio played under Coach Randy Alcantara for almost a decade for Mapua. Second one pops out. Door slightly open for Sarangani, but Malyari just throws the ball away.
And now the instruction from Coach John Calios is to foul.
Oh, possession game na itong labanan dito eh. .51 seconds remaining. 3-possession ball game. Cyrus Tabi. Ooh, hard foul given up by Coy Alves. So Tabi will go back to the stripe. Cyrus Tabi from Calbayog City, Samar. Played 2 seasons with Zamboanga, made a finals appearance in season 4. And here, he might just be what Pasay needs to get over the hump. They have fallen in the first round of the North Division playoffs, back-to-back against Nueva Ecija. But here this season, they have added in some new pieces. Joey Barcuma also part of that story. J.R. Chavez. And they had to fend off a really pesky Sarangani squad. Koy Alves dealt with another foul call here. Bagsak si Joey Barcuma.
They're gonna review this. Oh no.
Hindi na. 12 shots will be given to Joey Barcuma. Joey Barcuma plead for perpetual under coach Mike Sagigit. Good on the first. And that might just do it. Back to a double-digit lead.
Mahilig rin talaga si Coach Mike sa mga small but terrible eh. No?
Oo. Kahit sa Olivares ngayon. You know, the proud father, Coach Al Vergara, witnessing his son play in the finals after suffering what looked like a terrible injury, but still fighting tooth and nail against PCU Dasmariñas. Malyari, kick out pass, Gozom, three-pointer. Just the fourth three converted by Sarangani in this ball game.
Oh, they're gonna try their best to really chip down this deficit and go as low as possible. Siyempre may impact rin naman yan if there are gonna be ties at the end of the season.
Bagsak si J. Mark. So, this is not yet over. Offensive foul against Pasay.
If Sarangani can get a quick basket here and then foul on the ensuing play or maybe even get another turnover, mag-iiba talaga ang tema ng storya dito.
30 seconds remaining. Sarangani still not a good shooting team from the outside. Nice namin batiin, of course, Nestor Roma and Mrs. Florida Roma. Happy 48 years anniversary. That's the lovely parents of also our lovely friend na si Val. RV Bringas sends it. Gozom goes for back-to-back freeze. It's good! Down to 5.
Posible pa ito.
Barcuma. Foul against Gomez. Dancel Gomez. First foul against him. Gozom, what about him?
Back-to-back hits from beyond the arc, trying to bring Sarangani out of this hole. Still knocking at that door.
So this will remain a two-possession ball game. Whether it's a make or a miss, Sarangani still has life here. Pasok yung pangalawa, that will help if you're Pasay. Malyari, 22 seconds to go. Oh no, Koy Alves right in front of JK Calios. 5 fouls against Koy.
Multiple guys graduating in this game para sa Sarangani Gripper.
You get a sense na agree din naman si Coach John Calios dun sa tawag because certainly Koy was moving there.
Kaya di na rin niya masyado nireklamo eh.
Oo.
It happened right in front of him too.
Barcuma crossing the timeline. Pulls it back out. Smart play for Joey Barcuma. Milking the clock. 8 seconds remaining. Victoria was fouled by Martin Gozom. Spirited rally here by Sarangani. But looks like it will just fall short again.
It just really came too late para sa kanila. Similar to what happened in their game against the Imus Brotherhood.
Yeah, they were down by 20. Chipped away at the deficit. 20 points for Lawrence Victoria. 2 for 2 at the line. 5 out of 6 from that distance. Malyari. will hoist that one up from half court. And that's the ball game. Pasay led all the way in this match, but Sarangani made them earn this win. Pasay up by as many as 19 points. Sarangani, their closest that they've been was down 4 points. But the Voyagers holding steady down the stretch of the heels of their biggest win of the season against the Quezon Huskers. And now we check out our best player of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory, feel more game with 1xBet.
Sino pa ba? I mean, Lawrence Victoria was spectacular the entire game, hitting wild shots. It's showing us that hindi matitinag ang Pasay Voyagers despite multiple comeback attempts by the Sarangani Gripper. And this is a good win for them to warm up for their next 3 games. That stretch features Parañaque, Batangas, and Basilan. All very tough teams.
Final score, 91 for the Pasay Voyagers, 83 for the Sarangani Gripper. Unfortunately for Sarangani, they will fall down to their 7th straight loss. Now let's go courtside to Lyra Punsalan.
We're now with the best player of the game, Lawrence Victoria of Pasay Voyagers. Totoo nga ang sinabi ni Ken kanina, si Lawrence ang nagbibigay saysay sa Pasay. Lawrence, pwede ba naming matanong kung anong sekreto sa determinasyon mo para maging back-to-back best player?
Ginagawa ko lang naman yung mga kailangan gawin lagi sa practice, sa game, and yung mga sinasabi ng mga coaches, yun lang naman.
Dumikit yung scores ng Sarangani during the last minute. Ano yung ginawa nyo para mapagilan sila na makascore at masecure nyo yung panalo?
Dumepensa lang kami and inunti-unti namin kasi umahabol sila eh. Kaya kailangan dahan-dahan lang, kailangan sure yung bawat possession.
May mga gusto ka bang pasalamatan?
Una-una binabati ko si Lord na sa panalong binigay niya. And shoutout din kay Kuya Red Manzano, Amateur, Boss Ako, Boss Big Boy, Boss Idol, Boss Jax, lahat-lahat. And then kay Sir Egay and Mayor Emmy Calixto Rubiano, Mayor Emmy Calixto Rubiano, Expedia Management Investment, My Pet Space Pet Hotel, JBA Security and Investigation Agency, NCR Dental Clinic, the second floor bar and lunch, Capitol Restaurant, Met Park Sports Center, Tela Athletics, and happy birthday to Boss Lian Calixto Rubiano. And then sa papa ko, kapatid ko sa Cavite, yun, thank you sa inyo.
Maraming salamat to our back-to-back best player of the game, Lawrence Victoria of Pasay Voyagers. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Kaya na happy?
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And now, we have our games tomorrow at the Caloocan Sports Complex. First game po natin, Jensen Warriors will go up against Val City Magic, followed by the Iligan Isabela Cowboys. They will square off against the defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. And to cap things off, this should be a good one. YYCR Rice Vanguards stake their immaculate record against the dangerous Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. And that does it for coverage for today. On behalf of Javi Palanya and Miss Lyra Punsalan, ako po si Ken Pangilinan. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.